Time for something sweet from Lawson Japan. Hi, I'm Scott. So I was walking past Lawson a few days ago and I saw the sign in their window that they had released some new desserts. They've given them the very curious name of reward sticks. Think of that what you will, but that's what they're called. So they're based on two really famous cakes here in Japan. One is the Mont and the other is the strawberry shortcake. And they're in stick form, which makes them easy to eat on the go, I suppose. As you know, people in Japan are so busy and sometimes they don't even have time to stop and enjoy a normal piece of cake. So I guess they're going to be targeting those people who are looking for a cheeky piece of cake during their coffee break. Speaking of coffee, this is the coffee I've got today. I'm having a Georgia coffee, which is Kaoru Buraku. So this is one of my favorites. You can get this in all the convenience stores and the vending machines. It's really good. First, let's take a look at the Mont Blanc one. There we go, that's what it looks like. So if you're unfamiliar with this really popular Japanese cake, here's what a normal one looks like. Now, typically they're made up of a sponge cake base, rich chestnut paste in the center, some fresh whipped cream, and some sweet chestnut cream on the outside. And they're sometimes decorated with a marron glacé, otherwise known as a candied chestnut. So let's go in for a few close-up shots to give you a better idea. Before I bite into this cake, I'm going to crack open my Georgia Black. Oh yeah. It's a really good coffee, this. Smells fantastic. And you can get these hot and cold. I chose the cold one today because it's pretty warm today. But if you go to the convenience store or in the vending machines, you can have the option to choose the hot one or the cold one in a can. Okay, I'm ready for my reward stick. Come to daddy. Okay, so very easy to open and it comes in a lovely little box. Just like this. Isn't that nice? Comes in a lovely little box. And you're supposedly, they're supposed to be for eating on the go. I'm not going to be on the go with one of these. I want to sit down and enjoy it. But it's got this plastic covering, which I'm going to just remove here. And there we go, in all her glory. Okay, so you can smell the chestnuts already. The chestnuts have a very kind of earthy, lovely, rich smell to them. So these kinds of chestnut toppings like the Mont Blanc, they're actually really popular in the autumn season going into the winter. So it's kind of rare to see them now. It's like spring going into summer. So it's kind of funny to see Mont Blanc at this time of the year, but there you go. So first, let's look at the sponge cake here. So the sponge cake seems kind of moist. It's actually like, what's it called again? Baumkuchen. So it actually kind of looks like a Baumkuchen to me. And the biscuit base, you can actually smell the butter from it already. And they say the creamy part of this particular cake is supposed to be very milky and not all that sweet because the rich part of the chestnut paste is supposed to be quite rich and sweet. So they've kind of balanced it out with the milky cream, supposedly. So shall we go in for a bit of a chomp? Let's go. what I'm getting is richness from the chestnuts, a mild milkiness from the cream, and the sponge cake, and it's kind of like a biscuit base. It's not like a cheesecake base, but it's very close. The combination of all the different textures and the richness. The bottom part is very buttery. The top part is very rich. And the middle parts with the cream and the sponge are kind of mild. So it gives it a nice balanced flavor. Let's try some more. It's very pleasing. That's really nice. I really like this. It's nice. I'm a big fan of Mont Blanc from the very beginning anyway. So anything with Mont Blanc is probably going to be something I like anyway. But I've never had it in this particular form. So the big thing about this is the convenience of it. It's a stick. It's a reward stick. So here's me enjoying my reward stick on a Sunday morning with a nice Georgia coffee. But because it is made like this, it is very easy to eat. So you can eat it with one hand. You don't need to have a fork. You don't need a plate. You can hold it. It's not falling apart. It's holding itself together very well. So if you are in a hurry and you want to have something sweet, this would be a good thing to choose. It's very pleasing. Next up, we're looking at the strawberry shortcake reward stick. There you go. So strawberry shortcake is the go-to cake here in Japan. Actually, you'll see it quite a lot popping up in anime, especially in kids anime like Doraemon or Sazae-san, or maybe even Crayon Shin-chan, those kinds of things. It's really popular with kids, but also adults like it too. It's usually made with a really light sponge, some milky whipped cream, which is not too sweet, and some fresh strawberries. So I think these kind of shortcakes in Japan, they're much healthier than the ones you find in other countries because they don't really add a lot of sugar to them, and they rely on the sweetness of the strawberries and just the goodness of the creamy milk. They don't add a lot of extra nonsense to them, you know. It's such a popular cake, they even make them into ice cream, keychains, and pencil cases. And when we talk about birthdays and Christmas, this is the go-to cake. Everybody chooses the strawberry shortcake. Actually, at Christmas time, they do a roaring trade here. You'll see lines of people outside the cake shops around the 23rd or 24th of Christmas, queuing up to buy their family's Christmas cake. It's a big deal here. So let's see what Lawson have dreamed up for their strawberry shortcake reward stick. Okay, let's open it up. Again, it's exactly the same. It's in a little case, just like the one before. Basically the same pattern. They've just changed the topping. Oh, now this one looks more appealing because it's colorful. You get the strawberry, the red and the white and the brown. It just looks more, I don't know, festive and fun looking. Check that out. And I can smell the strawberries right away. It's really strong smell of strawberries. Should I try a little bit of this red bit first? Oh, it's basically like a pureed jam. It's like a thick jam. It's mixture between jam and jelly, kind of mixed together. but it's got a really strong smell of strawberries and a little bit tart. And on the top, you can see there are little pieces of strawberry. Now, they're not dried strawberries. I think they're semi-dried strawberries. So they will give an extra bit of sweetness, a little bit of texture, and an extra punch of tartness to the whole deal. So, shall we have a wee bit of a bite then? Let's go. Now, it has to be said, I'm more of a Mont Blanc man than a strawberry shortcake man. But you know what? I think I like this one better. It's strawberry shortcake in a stick form. Seems stupid to say, but that's what it is. Normally you have it's like in a triangle, it's like a normal piece of cake. But having it in this shape, like this stick, I don't know, it seems like a different thing. It seems more fun. But then when you bite into it and you put everything in your mouth and you taste it all together, it's like eating a piece of strawberry shortcake. It's quite funny, but this is really nice. Let's try some more. For some reason, the tartness of the strawberry jam part is kind of going really well with the biscuit base. And as I said, the sponge part is not all that sweet. The sponge part is actually quite eggy. So the whole combination, I think, goes better as a whole than the Mont Blanc one for some reason. Okay, let's move on to the ratings. For what I've got left, this is the Mont Blanc one. I'm going to give this 3 stars. It was really nice, no complaints about it, but I don't know, maybe I wanted a little bit extra topping, a little bit more of the chestnut cream would have been nice, and maybe on the top, like with the strawberry shortcake one, it had some dried or semi-dried strawberries on the top. I think if they had added some candied chestnuts on the top, it would have given it an extra accent and made it, I don't know, even better. But I'm going to give it 3 because just maybe the topping was lacking a little bit of punch for me, but it was very good, definitely worth a try. So I'll give this one 3 out of 5. For the strawberry shortcake one, which I have finished, I have nothing to show you, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 because I just love the whole balance. The tartness of the strawberries went really well with the biscuit base, and the milky creamy part was also really nice. So as a total package, I like that one a little bit better. So I give that 4 stars. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.